Welcome back to the show. Hey, we got a lot of things to talk about, but we're gonna see if Tyreek Hill, in our opinion, was either wrong or right. Stay tuned. Let's go ahead and get this show started. Welcome back to Talking Shit with my dad. I'm your host, Jamal. This dude over here is Albert, aka the dad. Hey, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about if Tyreek Hill, in our opinion, was either right or wrong in what he did, and if he should have did something differently.
In your opinion.
Yeah, my opinion. Hey, everybody's opinion, because everybody got their own opinion about what happened and what went down. Like, who do you got to say
What do I got to say?
so far?
I got nothing to say. I want to see what you got to say about it.
Yeah, well, anyway. So we're going to go ahead and cut into this video. I'm sure everybody's seen this video, but we're going to start this video off where Tyreek Hill just getting pulled over, and we're going to make some comments on it. Y'all might not like it, but hey, we don't give a fuck. So let's go ahead and get this show started with this.
Yeah, we got him here. 6 o'clock.
He pulling up, the cop pulling up on him, you know. But allegedly, Tyreek Hill speeding. Like I said, my eyes ain't calibrated, so I don't know how fast he was going. But the cop said he was speeding. I don't know. So allegedly, he was speeding.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Don't knock on my window like that, though. Like what? Don't knock on my window like that. Why you have it up?
Look at it. Don't knock on my window like that. Don't knock on my window like that. Like, just, why you gotta, in today's age, in this society, giving cops attitude, you're just giving them reason. You're just giving them reason to pull you out. You're just giving them reason. And if you look at the video, the dude's not banging on his window. He's not, he's not smashing on Tyreek Hill's window. He's like, why are you banging on my window like that? Why are you banging on my window like that? I mean, the cop is pretty reasonable to me, in my eyes.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. Get out. Get out.
You see, this is where he's going to pick up at right here.
Get out. Get out. Damn. What part of brother?
He fucked up. He rolled up the window.
Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested.
And then now they pulled him out.
I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out. When we tell you to do something, you do it.
Hey, all he had to do was just go ahead, look him down, give him the dude his license, just not say nothing and go about his business. We know in today's age, as black people, the cops are looking for any reason to pull you out your car, any reason for them to pull their gun, any reason to shoot you. They're looking for a reason. And Tyreek Hill just gave it to him. You know, with when he first pulled up on him, and he gave him the attitude of, why are you knocking on my window like that? Like, bro, just go ahead and give me your license. I know when it comes to cops, we don't want to back down, let them win and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. But sometimes it's just in your best interest just to go ahead, show me your license, give me your ID, give me your registration. Hey, just comply with them. And then we won't be in a situation where you're getting pulled out the car or possibly getting shot as a black person in this country. Like, am I crazy for that? And like, I know y'all probably like, he's being pro cop and stuff. No, I'm being pro save your ass, pro save your life. Like, you have to know the procedures when you're dealing with cops. And Tyreek Hill is way too old. And everybody sees what's going on the internet and the TV and everything else when it comes to cops' interaction with black people. Like, maybe I'm the only one in the country who feels like that. Like, I don't know.
You want me to give you my little history with the police?
I'm sure you're going to give it to us.
Yeah, no.
Back in Fred Flintstone days. Go ahead.
Yeah, 1954. I'm in Brooklyn, New York. I'm 8 years old. And we had all kind of cops. We had black cops, white cops, Puerto Rican cops, Jewish cops, Italian cops. So on the last day of school of June in 54, I get out of school and this guy standing up there and he says, "Do you know who I am?" And I was like, "No." He said, "I'm your dad." And I was like, "Shit, I got a dad? Okay, cool." Everybody else got one. I was wondering why I didn't have one. So after a couple of days, he said, "Why don't you come to California and live with me?" And I said, "Yes." And I wish I had Google, because if I knew what I knew was going to come, then I wouldn't even came out my fucking front door. Shit. Because turned out to be the most fucked up motherfuckers I ever met in my life, because they turned out to be my new family, Jehovah's Witnesses. But so they get me to California, and I live on 121st Street in Avalon, went to Fremont, went to Gompers Junior High. And when I got there, I went to 116th Street School. There was no white people, none, no Puerto Ricans, no nothing. The only white people I saw was the motherfuckers that come around and check your water and gas, and the police.
Damn.
Huh?
I said, damn.
No shit. Yeah, that's it. Then I went to the school, and it wasn't no just black kids, So I didn't know it, but LA won't say they were segregated, but their ass was segregated. So then they had the Watts riot. After the Watts riot, they reached out and they started hiring black policemen, because before then, you had a better chance of seeing a Muslim eating a pork chop sandwich before you saw a black cop. It's true. So after
it's a good sandwich.
After the Watts riot, they hired black cops. Yay! They were the worst motherfuckers going around. It was so bad. If I saw two white officers, all right, if I'm cool, they're probably cool. If I saw a black and white officer, I was like, okay, it might be cool, might get our way, but he's going to give me a lot of shit. And then if I saw two black officers, it'd be like, oh, fuck. God damn. I got these two motherfuckers.
Because the black officers were probably going to whip your ass worse than the white cops were going to whip your ass.
Just the harassment, especially going down Crenshaw, when we started breaking out of Compton and Watts. In 54, Compton was all white.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Now, to show you how fucked up the police department in LA is, they had a riot twice. They had the Watts riot and then the Rodney King riot. So, that's how fucked up their police. And they got the sheriff department. Now, the sheriff department, they were just as bad. They were hot on the Mexicans' ass, especially in East LA, Montevilla and shit. But what they did over the years, they joined the goddamn sheriff department, and in East LA station, they run that motherfucker. No shit. They've had a federal investigations and shit. They didn't try to fuck over their people. They took over. They took over the sheriff department, and I'm not going to bullshit you. I don't know how I ended up, but I ended up with a deputy sheriff. And so I know all the shit. She started out as Sybil Brand all the way up. So you can bullshit if you want to, but you know what I know. And how the fuck did I ended up with a cop? They used to call us CNC for cop and the crook.
Yeah.
And that's my bicentennial minute.
Yeah, way bicentennial. Yeah. But anyway, like this article says, officer placed on administrative duty after Tariq Hill incident has varied history. Why did it take Tariq Hill in order for this to come about? I'm sure these cops, this cop, and all the other cops across the country no, I'm not even gonna say sure. I know they treat black people like this on a regular basis, but they're not getting suspended. Don't suspend that cop. He's just doing what he normally do to black people. Fuck it, leave him on the force, or leave him on a job, because this is what he do. It just happened to be Tyreek Hill, and now everybody wants to clutch their pearls and put a spotlight on it and stuff like that, and be like, oh, we need to make a change and stuff like that. Nah. This is what this cop's been doing. He has like 6 incidences, in his 27th career with the police department as being, rough and,
Wait. Ask Rodney King was Tyreek Hill treated badly.
Yeah, true. You know,
that motherfucker got his ass kicked. He was driving a Hyundai where if you drove it downhill when they first came out, you couldn't go over the 70 miles an hour. That car was raggedy as shit.
Yeah.
And you see what they did to him.
Yeah. I mean, it was a couple of decades ago, but yeah, basically it's still the same thing. Like the cops are doing this on a daily basis, but it only gets highlighted when it's somebody famous. You know, then they want to talk about, oh, we need to make a change and stuff like that. Man, fuck all that, man. You need to make a change anyway. Like, seriously.
I wouldn't smoke it if it didn't do me that way.
Yeah, but why does it take Tyreek Hill for this cop to be disciplined and stuff like that? Like, come on now, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Leave the cop on because they've been doing this for years, and they do it to every black person. Like, I don't see a reason why we all up in arms about this. Anybody who's ever been pulled over by a cop, you know, you're worried that something like this might happen. You know, that's why you just comply and just go ahead and give them your shit because you don't want to be pulled out. You don't want to give that cop a reason to put his hand on his gun or, you know, what have you, and, you know, lead to one thing to another, lead to another. You know, we see too many videos out there where a motherfucker just getting pulled over for, I don't know, like a minor traffic accident, and then the next thing we know, motherfucker is shot dead on the street because it went from 0 to 100 in less than like 5 seconds. So my thing is, don't give these cops any reason to do what they did, like Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill should have just went ahead, took the L, got the ticket, and went on to the game. But instead, he wanted to don't knock on my motherfucking window, get a cop attitude and shit like that. Just give them a reason. Just give them a reason to pull you out. Just give them a reason to say you're hostile or going against their order, their quote unquote lawful order for you to comply with.
Have you seen the cops' new "fuck you up" move?
The body slam.
Yeah, they used to. Okay, the chokehold, that was number one, and then they want knee on the neck. Now they got a new one. They pick you up and body slam you on your goddamn head. It's just a matter of time before they paralyze or kill somebody.
They have paralyzed people.
Okay, well,
I don't know, I can't remember what state it was, but you know, a cop, I think it was a white guy, you know, body slammed him on his neck, and the dude couldn't move, and then they still continue to hit on the guy. They still continue to, you know, pull on him and drag him and stuff like that, talking about, oh, he's faking it, he's lying and stuff. But the dude just basically like WWE this dude to the ground on his neck, and the dude couldn't move no more. Like the dude was like literally paralyzed. And of course, you know,
I believe it's being taught at all the police departments because all of them are using it. It's happening in too many goddamn places.
Yeah, it comes down to training, but it also comes down to the fear factor. These cops are scared of black folks. Plain and simple, they're scared of black folks. You can see it in the videos. As soon as they approach a car with a black person, they're fucking putting their hands on their guns. I don't know what it is, but they have a fear of black folks from training or from wherever they grew up at or whatever they have a fear of black folks from the jump.
Because a lot of them have never been around black people, and they just come with that fear because they don't know how black people are, and they've been fed all these stories. You know, we're all savages and stuff. Well, some of us are, but you know, that's the way that goes.
Like, there's two type of black people. You got black people and you got niggas. Black people are, you know, doing what they got to do, going to work, you know, living how society wants them to live as far as following the laws and everything else. And then niggas, you just got niggas who just, you know, hood, don't want to do nothing, you know, breaking the law and everything else and just acting like hood ass niggas, you know. But they don't see us like that. They just see us all as niggas. They don't know the difference between an educated black dude or an uneducated black dude or a hood black dude or a Wall Street black dude. All they see is one black dude and they hood and they're scared of them and they put them all in one box, and then that's how they treat us all.
He didn't hear me when I said I grew up on 121st and Avalon. You talking about hood? God damn. Shoot. So would you say that I'm a nigga?
Sometimes you act like one.
Hey, thanks for the compliment. Shoot. And I was in juvenile hall when I was 12, so what you got to say about that?
I mean, it just comes down to like we talk about it like every day in this country and stuff like that when it comes to police brutality and police interaction with black folks. You can take a picture nowadays of a police incident and put it up against a police incident in the 1950s. Put them both in black and white, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference because nothing has really changed. Nothing when it comes to policing in this country. Nothing has really changed, except for the fact that we got body cam footage, body cam video, and everything else to see what they do now. But guess what? They still don't care because they have immunity. So yeah, they can do whatever the fuck they want, and a lot of them have immunity, and they don't care. They don't care. All they had to do is use that catch-22 and say, "Oh, I was in fear of my life," or he was resisting arrest, or what have you, and then they just gun you down, and that's all they need. And it goes to trial, and it goes to court. A grand jury, releases them and stuff like that, and then they wonder why the black community don't like police. Then they wonder why the black community don't trust the police. Then they wonder why the black community don't want to work with the police because of our history with the police. It's just insane to me that they could get away with what they do to us in the black community, and then they expect you to get over it. Like, shit, you older than me. Shit, you tell me. Like,
I tell you what, I told you I had my father was and his family were Jehovah's Witnesses. So I go to juvenile hall when I was 12, and the judge said he never heard it before. I told the judge, I'd rather live in juvenile hall to go back with those motherfuckers. So I ended up going to Optimus Boys' home out in Highland Park. And I liked it there way better than I did at home. In fact, I didn't want to leave, but when you turn 16, they make you leave. Back to the Jehovah's Witnesses.
that's a jail in itself right there.
No, that's mental torture. They're the most fucked up motherfuckers I ever seen in my life. No fun at all. No fun. No Christmas, no birthdays, no nothing. And you go out on Christmas, all the other kids are playing with their toys, and then you say, "Oh, I don't have any because I'm a Jehovah's Witness." And that motherfucker look at you and say, "No, because you poor. You ain't got no money."
Nah, it's because I'm Jehovah's Witness. But
last one. This is the dumbest shit happened. You go door to door. Good morning. I'm in your neighborhood with the Watchtower and the Wake magazine. Meanwhile, I'm standing at the door, and behind this parent is a kid that I got to go to school with. Then I know Monday when I get to school, I'm going to have to fuck this kid up because of fucking Jehovah's Witnesses. Damn, that used to piss my ass off. Other than that,
I don't know. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness, and I never had to go door to door. So if that's what you had to go through, then damn, I feel sorry for you.
That's fucked up.
But I know people get probably tired of the whole, black this and black that and our problems and what we have an issue with in this country. But you gotta have to realize that black people are the fabric of this country as well. If it wasn't for black people, this country wouldn't be where it was, on the backs of slaves and everything else, and for people to be like, oh, just get over it. Like it boggles my mind because guess what? Would you say that to a Jewish person? Hey, get over the Holocaust. No, you guys wouldn't say that shit. So why say it to black people if we bring up something that we feel is injustice to us in this country? Like, hey, hey, the way you guys treat us is fucked up, it's wrong, and stuff like that. Don't tell us to get over it. What you should do is be like, hey, how can we work together to get this resolved? But y'all don't want to do that. Y'all just want to keep going down the same path. This country could be so much further along if you if you guys, excuse me, if you guys didn't feel like trying to erase history and stuff, trying to like CRT and stuff like, which most of y'all don't know what CRT is. Try to have CRT and be like, oh, you're trying to make white kids feel ashamed about what the history was. No, we're trying to explain what the history is, so we don't repeat that history. You know, we're not trying to make kids ashamed or have white people ashamed of the history. We're trying to teach history and let them know that, hey, this is the shit that was going on back in the day. Your great grandfather was lynching black people. Your great grandfather was raping women and having illegitimate kids with black people and stuff like that. You know,
I hate to say this though. I know my forefathers went through shit, here in America and to get to America. But I hate to say this, but I'm glad I'm in America because fuck Africa. I've been to Africa. I've seen Africa. They got some nice places, but they got some places, man. Fuck that place.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm glad to be a U.S. citizen. I'm proud to say I'm a U.S. citizen. But don't try to diminish my U.S. citizenship over your U.S. citizenship and say what my ancestors been through wasn't nothing.
Shit, another thing, I don't know where these fucking Africans get the idea that they're better than American blacks.
No, because they come over here and they have this notion that American blacks are lazy. That American blacks they have a notion that they're better than us. That they're better than American blacks because they come from Africa, the motherland or whatever.
I'll tell you what. I'm talking about. No, I'm not going to say that, but damn, some of them motherfuckers need to get to some soap and water. They don't got older. They got old deer.
Some of the motherfuckers are funky as fuck. Yeah, weird.
I hate to say it.
I don't hate to say it. Yeah, some of the motherfuckers be funky as fuck with their polyester or not polyester, with their rayon shirts and their fucking dress shoes and shit like that.
They act like soap is a rumor, but them motherfuckers will use a ton of cologne.
Yeah, but you can't cover a funk with cologne though.
I know. Anyway. It gives a certain odor.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've pissed off some black people before because they be like, identify and I'm African American. I'll tell people who know me, I'll tell you, don't call me an African American. Because we don't do it for other nationalities. We don't do it for other ethnic groups in this country. I'm a black American.
I don't know shit about Africa.
Yeah, born in California. So don't call me an African American. Call me a black American. Because we don't go around calling Caucasians white European Americans or Irish Americans or anything like that. We don't go around calling you Japanese Americans, black, Korean Americans or anything like that. It's only the black culture, the black ethnic group that we want to separate mentally and subconsciously by calling them African Americans. Like we're not Americans. Like we're not the fabric of this country.
Shit, what's a Latino? That's another fucking word they made up. They ain't no such. I haven't heard of a country called Latino where Latino. Maybe I have no idea. And they just grouped all the people together, just like Americans. Most Americans, you ask them to name 5 countries in Africa, they couldn't tell you. Most Americans think that Africa is like one big country. Like they're all black people. They're all the fucking same. They don't know shit about it.
A lot of these motherfuckers don't even know Africa is a continent. And when you talk about Africa, they think it's just one country. Like
Yeah, I know. That's what they do.
Like they don't know all like Congo and Libya
No.
and
Fuck that. They did a thing out on the street asking white people to name 5 countries in Africa without the name Africa in it. And they named every fucking goddamn Disney movie there was.
They're like Zamunda.
Shit, that shit was hilarious.
They're like Wakanda. Like, motherfucker, those are not African countries. Like, what are you talking about? African countries like Congo, Nigeria, you know.
Shit.
Like what are we talking about here? Like, they just don't know. Like, they think Africa is just this one. They don't understand it's a continent. They think it's just one single country, and they're just so ignorant to it.
Yeah, I'll give you another one. When I was a kid, they used to make these movies about Tarzan and shit, talking about in darkest Africa. And I always wondered, what the fuck are they talking about darkest Africa? Doesn't the sun shine there? And then I figured out, they were talking about the people.
the darkest people of Africa.
Yeah, we're going to darkest Africa and the sun is shining. And I got one more bits too. Baldwin Hills, California. Okay, South Central California used to be Watts.
Yeah.
Now, how in the fuck did it jump all the way over to Baldwin Hills is in South Central Los Angeles? Because it's not. But that's where all mostly Black Americans in the LA live in those areas. And they just extended it from Watts all the way up to Baldwin Hills.
In LA.
In LA.
Damn. Yeah.
I bet if we moved to Hollywood, they wouldn't be in it. I don't know.
Hollywood, nah.
You ever heard of Holly Watts?
Beverly Hills is where they start drawing the line at of allowing Black people to really flourish and stuff. So,
you ever heard of Holly Watts? You ever heard of Holly Watts?
I don't think anybody heard of Holly Watts unless you.
Holly Watts is when we could move around town without a bunch of bullshit, and they call it Holly Watts, which you now call the jungle, and we call it Holly Watts because that's when niggas were leaving Watts trying to make it to Hollywood. And all they could get is to the jungle. So that's why we call it Holly Watts.
That is terrible. Hey, Holly Watts.
Holly Watts, that's what it was. It didn't make it.
Why do we always have special names for where Black people live at that ends up being the hood and shit like that? Like,
because they put us all together.
Like, it's fucking crazy. But anyway, moving on to, like, I don't know, politics. Hey, Donald Trump almost got shot again from some Republican or MAGA, dude out there in the bushes trying to put a scope on that head. But
wait a minute, it's his own MAGA people. Both people that tried to kill him were MAGA. So if its own base is trying to kill him, that ought to tell you something. Ain't Democrats trying to shoot that motherfucker.
It sure is.
Goddamn.
But they're gonna try to blame it on Democrats. Kamala Harris paid him to do it. Hey, he wasn't a true Republican or MAGA. He was, he was on the fence and shit like that. Man, this election cycle is crazy. Like, anybody who votes for Donald Trump, especially Black folks, y'all just begging for what's coming.
You hear that broad that said if Kamala gets into the White House, it's gonna smell like curry.
Yeah.
Shit. I'd tell her, fuck that. Let's cook some goddamn chillins. We'll have chillins in the White House.
Nobody likes chillins. Chillins. Nobody likes chillins.
Man, chillins and hot sauce after you've been drinking all night.
Nah, chillins is terrible. No matter how drunk you are, it still smells like shit.
I raised you too well.
Yeah.
You don't know about chillins.
I'm not eating no pig shit, guts, whatever. I don't care how much hot sauce you put on it.
Shit, with some coleslaw.
Fuck that.
Chillins and coleslaw.
Nope. I don't care. Nope. You don't have to eat chillins to be considered Black. Just let you know that.
I eat chillins because I like them.
You don't have to eat chillins to be considered Black. Just let everybody out there know that.
Black-eyed peas?
The black-eyed peas are cool.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Right, but Everybody thinks, oh, you're not black until you eat chitlins. Fuck that. You don't have to eat chitlins to be black.
I didn't say that either, but I was kind of questioning your blackness for a minute.
But anyway, hey, let's I want to talk about a little bit of sports before we go off that. Before we finish this off. Tua, look at me, Tua. Tua, you need to retire. You got too many concussions.
And you got a lot of money.
You're getting knocked around.
And you got a lot of money.
Just go ahead and call it quits.
You got a lot of money.
Hey, just go ahead and retire. Call it quits. It's the second time the Bills gave you a concussion. Just go ahead and retire. Call it quits. Nobody's going to fault you for that. Andrew Luck did it. He rode off into the sunset with his faculties about his brand. Hopefully, I don't know. I haven't heard from him since. But I don't care. But people care about you out there. I don't care because you're not on my team. But you need to go ahead and retire because you're gonna get another concussion and you're gonna be on the ground throwing up them gang signs with your hand all frozen and stuff like that.
That's not funny.
Yeah, it is. You need to go ahead and just give it up. Like seriously. I mean, it's the writing's on the wall. You're gonna get hit again.
Plus, you got $200 million.
Yeah, $200 million. But you're gonna get hit again this year. Guarantee it, because it happened the year prior.
It's
not last year, but the year before that. You're gonna get hit again, and you're gonna get that stiff arm, and you're gonna throw them gang signs again on the ground. Just go ahead and give it up. Anyway.
Is that it for the night?
Yeah, it might be.
Okay.
So anyway, like we said before, when we first started this off, we're going to read people's comments. We got a few comments. I didn't tackle it the last episode, and I apologize and stuff like that. So we're going to read the comments of the three comments that we have. But hey, a comment is still a comment, and we're going to read it regardless. So let's go ahead and read these comments. So from Matthew Hill 5571, it says, Jamal, I need to be on your show. LOL. Miss you, brother. Okay, that's cool. Hey, I appreciate that, Matt Hill. I know who you are. And then he wrote again, Colorado's a blue state. I still don't know what that one's from. Colorado's a blue state. But hey,
it's not a red state.
Yeah, that's true too. So then we got a comment from Jerome Kyle 222222. Fuck that. What's that? Hold on. Fuck that hold the parents accountable shit. I'm not responsible for what anyone on the earth does. This is back to our first episode when the Georgia school shooting happened. I said the parents should be held accountable for their kids' actions, especially when they said, hey, their prior school, they were going to shoot that shit up, and you move them to a new school, and you still buy them guns and everything else, and then they go to the new school, and they shoot that shit up. Parents...
you bought him an AK-47.
Yeah, parents should definitely be held accountable.
Or AR-15, whatever he used.
I mean, I respect what you say, Jerome Kyle 222, but at the end of the day, parents should definitely be held accountable for what their kids do, especially when you buy the guns and their kid has expressed that they want to shoot the school up at a previous school, and then you let them go to this new school and don't let the new school know. So, hey, we read the comments. That's the three comments we got. But go ahead, leave a comment about the Tyreek Hill incident. Let us know if we're wrong or right, or if you agree or don't agree.
If he's wrong or right.
Hey, that's how I feel. I think Tyreek Hill should have just went ahead, showed him his ID. Don't say shit. The cop really didn't knock on the window too hard. Don't roll the window up. Get your ticket and go on about your day if you get a ticket, So, hey, it is what it is. But go ahead, leave those comments. Like I said, we get comments, we're going to read them on the air, and we're going to make sure that everybody's heard, whether it's good comments or bad comments. But let's go ahead and close this out. You got anything to say?
We shall overcome.
Man, we've been saying that for years, man. We shall overcome.
Hey, you still waiting for your goddamn 40 acres and a mule?
Man, that's another episode, 40 acres and a mule. Black people, if you're waiting for 40 acres and a mule, you might as well go ahead and get that up. Play the lotto. You have a better chance of getting that instead. But anyway, This is Talking Shit with my dad. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and tell your friends about us. We're unapologetic, so we're not going to apologize for what we're saying, but we're going to see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching. Later.
Same time, same channel.
Same time, same channel. We out.